Okay, it's been a little while since I updated everyone on this piece. And I did post the finished product, but I didn't post a video kind of finishing off the series about explaining about what I did and stuff. So this is the first piece for the Dayton, Ohio Children's Hospital. The wing, I think, is opening in September. I'm not sure. And I've been commissioned for 2 pieces, and this is the paper airplane piece that you can find the rest of those videos here on my Facebook page if you wanted to see the progression. Now, what's different from this than the other videos that I've taken, the changes that I made, I ended up going in and, let me get a little closer to this, ended up going into all the paper airplanes and darkening the lines because I found that I was losing the shape of the planes because I couldn't, this is watercolor and I couldn't really layer colors. And so like you can't like graduate from a dark to a light. You pretty much have 2 color or 3 colors if you include the black. So I've got the color of the plane and then I've got the white of the canvas and then I have the black, and I can do my gradations that way using what's called the lift-off method. You just lift the paint up after you put it on. So because of that, I was losing, and because the water, degrades the lines a little bit, I ended up having to go back in and redo the lining just to get the shape of the planes. And plus what I had shown them had, a little bit darker lining anyway. So it really did bring the planes up, from the background, since the background was kind of taking most of the attention, and the background would be the blue stuff here. Oh, you're flying in the sky, yay. I also had to lighten a lot of the blue section because it did appear to be kind of taking over it. But I really like how it turned out. It really does look like, I mean, 1 minute, if you look at the plane, the red, well, first the blue background kind of stands out at you. And then if you look at the red planes, the green planes kind of go into the background. But if you look at the green planes, the red planes go into the background. And then it kind of messes with your eye a little bit. So I really like how it turned out. As it is with some commissions, I found I was getting frustrated while I was working on this because I could think of all different kinds of things I could do. But you only have so much creativity when you're working on a commission because it's what they want, not necessarily what you want. So be expecting more paper airplanes in the future as I do what I wanted to do. But all in all, I thought this turned out pretty good. And now we'll go to the replication of the butterflies. Just give me a minute to safely roll this up a little bit. Oh, you're close to it now. Okay. We'll put this on the floor where it's not going to get hurt. So this is the one down here is the one that they wanted me to replicate, only bigger, because they liked not only the bright colors in it, but they also liked the way that I took the negative space and tried to play with it in terms of, the shape of the butterfly juxtaposed against that. So here I am in this one right now. I've already drawn the butterflies on and put the temporary background in so I could find the darn little things. And I'm about halfway through the rough inking of this one before I start going in and doing all the fine details. Now, most people will go, oh my gosh, they look great. What do you mean fine details? Well, there's one side of the butterfly that's a little more pronounced than the other, like this here, and then a little shape here that makes the butterfly stand out against the darker background once it gets in. But some of the details that need to be done, like I need to smooth a few of the lines and things like right here where it doesn't follow through. It's not as graceful, it's kind of blunt. Then I have to go in and smooth all those out. And if you'll notice, let's see, where's my, trying to learn where my finger is as opposed to, okay, right there you see a little rough line and a little rough line there. Yeah, it's hard to point and shoot at the same time. Anyway, little things like right here where this line isn't quite smooth with the line that's coming this way. I need to smooth that out so it looks like they're kind of organic. So there's a lot of little, see that line right there? bugs the crap out of me. There's a lot of little tiny lining details that by the time you get to the, let me bring up the finished product here. By the time you get to the finished product, it looks really, really smooth, and your eye moves all the way around the piece because there's nothing in the lines. Sorry, I know it's a little fuzzy, but there's nothing in the lines to stop your eyes from moving from one to the other. And the trick to this kind of art is making it look effortless, even though it takes several days to weeks to get those lines to look that smooth. Especially on canvas when your pen keeps stopping and starting, and then you go in and you do the coloring. And this will be watercolor just like this one is, using the liftoff method. Now, believe it or not, this one is canvas. It's a canvas product from Convexo, the Convexo company from Fredericks. And I'll just show you the back of the canvas here. It causes it to have a beveled edge, so no need for framing. But you see, like the edge goes over like this. It's kind of cool, actually. And they come in round and square and rectangle and all that stuff. But the hospital wanted to go ahead and stretch it themselves, so they didn't want to go with this kind of canvas. So again, I am painting on a flat canvas that I have mounted on just a foam core board, a really, really thick one that I got at Plaza Art. You could use a board, but I didn't want the texture. I wanted it completely flat under it because watercolor picks up every little texture. So I have it on a foam core board, and that's where it'll stay until I seal it, and then I'll mount it on this again to seal it, and then I can roll it up and mail it to them after they have approved it. So that's where we're at now, and I'll keep updating the butterflies as I find a really cool place to stop and update you guys, and thanks for watching. Welcome to Dream Dragon Studios.